So I know many of you have probably seen the video I produced earlier about this amusement ride database that we're working on creating because, as many of you know, both ASO and Safer Parks have both stopped being worked on, and it's very important for the amusement ride industry to have a database like this so we can keep track of what rides are actually causing injuries and what rides are not, what parks are causing injuries, etc. That all needs to be kept track of, and I think it's really important that we do this, not just for me making videos about these incidents and accidents, but in general, as a whole, it is important to the industry to have this. So I'd like to make a little more detailed video on what we're planning on doing with this database. So as of now, we have a tentative name will be ARID, A-R-I-D, which is Amusement Ride Incident Database. And we have a form here that's already been filled out by quite a few people, 36 responses, where you can fill out what happened to you at a park, what was the result, did you have to get treatment, was it quick, what actually happened. Anyone wondering what they should actually submit and what they shouldn't. Basically, when it comes to injuries, if you were injured when you got off the ride physically, so if you had an actual wound that needed to be treated or didn't, if you could just ignore it, if it was like a cut that healed itself over, you're fine, report it. Okay? Anything. If you tripped and fell getting out of a ride, report it. Okay? All of these things need to be reported. It's what Safer Parks reported. It's what ASO reported. It's what we're going to report too. It's very important to keep track of this stuff. Along with that, any kind of mechanical failures beyond the simple ride stoppages and sensor errors. So if you saw a part of a ride fall off, if a part of a ride fell off and hit anyone, absolutely report it. That sort of stuff, report it. Another thing, and you're only going to be reporting these things if you physically saw it. You don't have to be the person who was injured reporting it, though. So if you were, say, just a bystander and you witnessed someone get hurt, or you were waiting in line, you saw someone come off the ride and they had a bloody nose, you can report that. But only if you witnessed it. So if you read something in the news or watch a video, don't report that. Only if you actually physically witnessed it in person. And if you are reporting it here, you are giving us permission to host it on what we're planning is, right now, it's probably going to be some kind of annual spreadsheet that details all of the injuries in the industry per year. So it'd come out probably in January of the following year is the plan right now. If we get a lot of attention, we might make some kind of website with a database, much like Safer Parks once had, as I think that would be the best way to get all this information out there. But yeah, that really depends on how well all this goes, and I really hope it does go well, because this is something that's very important to the industry as a whole. So if you have any more questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. If you have any injuries that you know of, that you witnessed, report them. Go ahead, report them. Obviously, if they're heavily reported in the news and stuff, don't report them, because, you know, if you didn't witness it. And also, we're really only focusing on things that have happened in the last year or so. So 2019 report. Really, anything that happens in 2020, report it. 2021 and further, report it. The stuff in the real distant past probably is not going to get a whole lot of attention because we have Safer Parks and ASO data for that stuff. I will still consider it if I ever make some kind of look back into that set of data, but it's not near as important as the newer stuff. So yeah, if you're injured on a ride at an amusement park, fairground, water park, doesn't matter. Fill out this data sheet. It'll only take 30 seconds of your time, and it will help keep the industry safer. So I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.